It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Tonight, it's the AFC's turn to take center stage as we've got a wild card matchup on tap. As it'll be the Steamers of Oakland taking on the Nighthawks of Anchorage. It's the first of 6 games here on Super Wildcard Weekend, and we are underway on EA Sports. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they will be led out by their second-year quarterback.
And he comes off of a really good regular season with over 4,000 yards passing. And now in the playoffs, people always ask the question, do you continue to play the way you played in the regular season? Do you turn it loose? Or do you tone it down a little bit? I think you've got to be smart. But make sure you show the defense something they haven't seen before.
And he swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
At the 23-yard line.
65.
Now the first carry here for the running back. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
Well, when you're a road team in the playoffs, when you're a wild card, what's the one thing you need to be able to do to stay in football games? Run the football. And that's an excellent job right there of identifying where to go and picking up good yardage.
Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Hernandez. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49.
First down. First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Ready? Press all 80. Ready?
On the ground, here's the 4th-round pick from April's draft. And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35. Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. Now, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Running behind center with Vaughn. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
An awful lot of congestion in the middle third of the field, but how about our defensive tackle right there? He didn't just hold the line. He provided some push and smacked the ball carrier down for a loss.
Here we go. 70 Lions. Ready?
Operating from the gun. Hobbs. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down. Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's 3rd down. And the tight end goes in motion left. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And that will be incomplete.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple of big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
Now on 4th down, out comes the field goal unit here. And his kick is right there. It's good. Not the touchdown they wanted, but hey, you're on the road in the playoffs. They did get 3 on the board.
Yeah, it's a good opening drive, so you feel good about it yourself. You get to the sidelines. The defense feels good about you helping them right out of the gate. The team, yeah, they feel pretty good about coming in the playoffs and getting points on the board right away.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they'll be led out by a guy who has a couple years under his belt in the NFL, their 3rd-year quarterback.
And he comes into these playoffs bringing a team that's been battle-tested, won the division, and earned the home playoff game here in round 1. But every year they know that a division champ, it feels like, gets beat. They don't want to be that team. They have to avoid the overconfidence and make sure they play the same way they played during the regular season, mistake-free and with passion.
A 2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 35.
When you give up points on the opening drive, in this case a field goal, you'd hate to go 3 and out. They avoid that.
They do, and it's also walking that fine line mentally, too, as a coach, isn't it? Because you want to emphasize to your team exactly what you said. All right, we gave up a field goal. Let's go back and at least equal that, guys. But if we don't, you don't want them to feel like it's the end of the world either. Nice that they were able to pick up the 1st down there, help them relax a little bit.
Off play action. Carrington. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play to force him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
We got to like what you're seeing from this offense here on the first drive. A nice, sustained series to begin the game, and it will continue after picking up another 1st there.
Would you say the word methodical comes to mind? I love the execution. I love what they're doing on this drive. They're controlling the ball, controlling the game, controlling the clock.
They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
And he's going to take it down to about the 35 here.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. That is caught. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. Solid opening drive so far, Charles. They've moved this football into field goal range, but you know that they want to cap this off with 6 and not 3.
Absolutely. As one of the better coaches in the league always tells me, on offense, I want their body blows all game long and finish it with uppercuts. Well, here are the body blows right now. He's hoping in one uppercut will take care of the end of this drive. Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Man over the middle, and it's complete. And they move this all the way down to the 9. 3rd catch for him on this drive alone, and it'll give him a 1st down. Well, no question, this is exactly how they wanted to start this football game, and nice pass there. And now they're set up beautifully, Charles, to finish this off with a touchdown.
Yeah, but they've still got to finish it off, partner, and that means they've got to execute at this stage of the field. So we've seen many teams march it right to the goal line and not cash in. They've got something dialed up here that puts it in the end zone.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. 2nd and goal from the 1.
Let's go now.
They'll try to run this one in. And he is not going to get in as the big bodies stop him at the 1. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky.
Not only was that a terrific play, but that loss of yardage they created this close to their own goal line, that gives them a little breathing room now as they move them back.
And they're breathing fire a little bit right now, aren't they?
A lot of confidence being shown by them at this point of the game.
And I don't think he got there. No, they stop him right where it all started. That'll bring up fourth. They had the 8-yard gain on first down, but unable to do much from there. This is a long drive offensively. Wouldn't you hate to end this with just 3 points?
Doesn't it feel like during a ball game you have certain narratives going on and there's certain drives that seem to take on just a bit more importance than others? This feels like one of those, doesn't it? To me, 3 points here, a major letdown. This is the time to go and put 6 on the board.
So 3 points on the board, as easy a field goal as you're going to get, but I can see you shaking your head.
I love that peripheral vision of yours, partner, because to me, if it's the fourth quarter and you're up 6, I get it. But now, even if you run and don't get in, you're still setting them up to go a long field, 98, 99-yard drive. How do you look at your defense and not give them that opportunity?
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
3-3, a tight one after one on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter, and it's our visitors with the football. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a first down, too.
36-yard line.
Here's a fake on a jet sweep, and instead a give up the middle. And he stopped immediately there. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Second and 11 at the 36-yard line.
Looking to throw. Hobbs. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. His second catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a first down.
First and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
On 2nd down, they'll run it here. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. A 16-yard touchdown run. And his guys have taken the lead.
2 good drives on their first 2 possessions. Remember, the first wound up in a field goal, but we all know field goals aren't going to cut it in the NFL. So they're not going to be denied here, and they wind up punching this one into the end zone.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is now 10-3. So that drive 7 plays in length. And it was all finished off by the 17-yard touchdown run. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 30. Out comes Anchorage to take over offensively. Just a lone field goal for them so far, trailing 10-3 as they come up 1st and 10.
Come on, come on.
Off the play fake. Carrington. He finds his man, complete. That's Chavez. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first.
At the 42-yard line.
Here we go, here we go. Bronco 80. Ready.
Well, here's a fake on the jet sweep, and they'll look to throw it off play action. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down.
I do think it's fair to say that they were caught off guard a little bit when we decided not to throw it on first down. But give them credit. They recovered in time to deny them the first down yardage. But it's only second and short. So that run is still likely to lead to a new set of downs.
This offense so far on third down, they've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Bowman. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down at a yard.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
So they'll say no to the 50-yard field goal try. Instead, the offense out there, they're going for it. They'll try and run forward Brown. And they are going to stop him on 4th and 1 as he'll wind up going backwards. They come up short here on 4th down. And that will force a turnover on downs. And defensively, they were ready for that, a full-on blitz on 4th down, and they stop them short of the marker.
Oh, and someone's got to feel really good about that, and that's the defensive coordinator. He dialed up a great run blitz defense, and they hit it just right. Stack that thing up. They're going to feel awesome going to the bench after that big play.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
It's now 2nd and 6.
Pass to 60. Pass.
Off play action. Hobbs. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
But 2 good plays on this one, Brandon. The first one at the quarterback because the pressure affected his throw. And I think it forced him to throw away from his designated target. And how about the second bit of pressure downfield? Receiver going up for the pass, helping force that incompletion.
Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete. Here's Bryce Behringer on now to punt. 39 yards on the punt, give him just 1 yard on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Looking to put a drive together. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
And this is what you want to do in the first half of a playoff game. Get the running game established. He was a big part of their run to a division title. So they're going to rely on him to carry a heavy load here in the playoffs. He rips up a nice run there.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Here we go. Set. Go.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Back to throw. Carrington. And he comes back with one complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
Come on.
They'll run on first down. Bowman. There he goes, left side. And all the way in for the touchdown. A great effort there. 51 yards. And the Nighthawks are an extra point away now from tying this ball game.
Sometimes running plays hit or break so fast, there's no reaction time from the secondary. So I've got to give credit to the offensive line for creating that hole so suddenly And how decisive was he to take that cut and just go? No one downfield there to stop him.
Point after, right down the middle. And we are even at 10 apiece. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And a pretty good run there in the end to top it off. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. And running with power here. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. And now this offense comes back out onto the field as we eke closer and closer to intermission. Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
For an Oakland first down. 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They stay on the ground. This time it's Williams. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
On the ready.
2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs.
Let's go now. Ready.
Off the RPO, he completes it.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Ready.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, a Cardinal sin there, thrown back over the middle, and it's intercepted. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. A young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL veteran defense ended up winning the battle.
Throwing to start the drive. Carrington. And that is incomplete. Well, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
2nd and 10.
That incompletion certainly slows things down a little bit and brings up a very important call for 2nd and long. What do? Run and try and get some yardage and make it 3rd and manageable? Or challenge the coverage again, hoping for a bigger gain.
Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. From the gun on 3rd down, Carrington. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down. Now they'll shift things around.
1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Back to throw now on 1st down. And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
2nd and 16 at the 25-yard line.
Looking to throw. Carrington. Quick slant to Brown. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Back to throw. Carrington. And he gets into the end zone for the touchdown. From a yard out. And the Nighthawks will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front. And now, see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this second quarter. Extra point attempt to come here. He's got it as they go up by a total of 17-10. So the drive there took 6 plays. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Back out comes this offense now late in this first half. And with just under a minute to go, they might try to think about mounting a drive here if they can and get in the end zone. Could potentially tie this game up. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Hernandez. Ball at the 40 here for 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 40-yard line.
They'll try and run this one right up the gut. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line.
Gain on the play. And an Oakland first down.
And now they come up and spike it to stop the clock. Now a 2nd and 10. Operating from the gun. Hobbs going up top. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 41-yard line.
Well, Charles, so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. He finds his man, complete. It's Bowman. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
A final shot before break. Carrington. And he will not only not get the yard he needed, he goes the wrong direction. So these two teams off to their locker rooms for intermission, and that means we go to Orlando. Here's Scott Hansen with our halftime report. Scott?
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Welcome in, everyone, to the downtown Orlando studios. Scott Hansen and crew with you for a short and sweet halftime, as this game's had a little bit of everything to it. We'll find out which side can establish some tempo in the 3rd quarter as we're ready to kick off the 2nd half. Back out to our commentary team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Scott, thanks a bunch. And we'll see which team's adjustments are going to pay dividends here as we are just about ready for the start of the 2nd half. Both teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the 2nd half of this AFC wildcard game. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. This offense ready to go to begin this 3rd quarter. And they're in the position they expected to be in. They've got the lead, home crowd behind them, and they're looking toward making that next step in these playoffs.
And I think a key for them is to put together some good, long, extended drives. Work to run it a little more with that big offensive line. I'm not saying get away from throwing the football. That's still working. But they run it more effectively, they may get even bigger plays in the passing game.
The big play to start him out. Has him at the 45 already.
Here we go.
45-yard line.
And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. But he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
Anchorage.
A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays. On first down, it's Bowman. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more.
42-yard line.
They work now on 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
They'll keep it on the ground. Bowman. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2. The line to gain is the 33 on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Carrington. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Chavez. Calling a gain of 6 on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down. And this one is right down the middle. And they double them up here. That makes our score 20-10. Well, they picked up right where they left off in the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether it's 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get, keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now we give up the middle to Williams. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
There's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. His second catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a first down.
First down. An 8-yard pickup. First down, Steamers.
Up the middle, it's Vaughn. And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40.
It's a gain of 14.
That one a 14-yard play, and it keeps this drive moving.
Oakland. First down. First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Now a fake on the jet sweep, and off the play action, he'll look to throw it. Throw left side complete. That's Hernandez. So the completion good for 7 there. And it'll be second down.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 31-yard line.
Vaughn on the handoff. And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say maybe that gives him a little juice because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. Just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
2nd and 7.
A pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
That's complete to DK. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a first down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him? Either fellow receivers or offensive linemen. That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the 9-yard line.
Let's go now.
Williams will try again. And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line. A nice run there as he picks up 6. It's going to be 3rd and goal now.
Brings up 3rd and goal.
Back to throw. Hobbs. And it's caught. Touchdown. Deuce Vaughn with an amazing diving catch. And the Steamers are back within a score. So a strong drive here to lead off this 3rd quarter and gets them right back in this football game.
And I think we can safely call that a statement drive because they had to be saying, we have put our best foot forward in the first half, but we certainly mean business now. Maybe a better term, a prove-it drive. They proved it to themselves that they were ready to go.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And he is out of bounds as they'll start up past the 30. Out comes Anchorage to take over offensively. Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the 3rd quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the 4th quarter, try to keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
3rd down and 6.
Here we go.
Looking to throw. Carrington. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. 1 quarter remains for the right to survive round 1 here in the AFC. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter.
Ready? 19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. Ready?
They'll run on 1st down. It's Bowman. Now he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, that kind of hit will certainly fire up your team both on the field and on the sideline. Tackles for lost yardage, they're always welcome.
Here we go on 2nd and 12.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. From the gun on 3rd down. Carrington. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. A nice pickup of 23 on the 3rd down conversion.
At the 30-yard line.
A nice grab there for a guy coming off a terrific season, one that saw him have over 100 catches.
And when you have that many catches, that means you're a full part of the offense. And let's face it, he's been as good as anyone in the NFL this year. So figures he's going to play a big role in whether his team can advance in the playoffs.
Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Up the middle they go. It's Bowman. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the 19-yard line.
Back to throw. Carrington. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. This will be caught inside the 10. And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to keep firing.
Personal foul, roughing the kicker.
trailing in the fourth, this close of a game, that's a penalty you just can't afford.
It's an absolute killer, and it's one that drives coaches and teammates insane.
Let's go now. AC Cardinal,
Brown will get about halfway there as he takes this from the 4 down to the 2. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
Ready.
Off the bootleg. Carrington. Touchdown! A great play there. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Nighthawks get an important score there to extend their lead here in this 4th quarter.
Yeah, that's a nice play design right there. He's going to fake the give, then roll out, and he lets his back leak out toward the pylon. And how about the throw? Right where he needed it to be for him to catch it in stride, he's able to take it into the end zone.
They'll go in for 2. They'll kick the point after. Extra point splits the uprights. And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
27. Steamers 17.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. If they want to advance in this divisional round, look, obviously the time is now. Trailing here in the 4th as they go to work on a crucial drive, 1st and 10. And that is not fooling anyone. He never had a chance to turn the corner there, and they'll go backwards right away.
It's a loss of 2.
That's the danger, Charles, of running plays like this for your wide receiver. They can hit big or they can be duds.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that, because if they're forced to try and go around defenders behind the line of scrimmage, sometimes you can give yardage in order to gain it. But in this case, they gave yardage and didn't get it back.
The offense on 3rd down, they've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd down and 12. Looking to throw. Hobbs. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The 4th down pass play doesn't work out. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
Here we go, start. 19, let's go.
Off the play fake. Carrington. On the crossing route, complete. It's Chavez. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal.
Cowboy 80. Ready.
And it's caught. Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal.
He's a rookie, and you don't want to get hung up on the word potential, but when you see him make catches like that, you keep thinking to yourself, he's good now. He's got a chance to be.
And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. A great effort there. Saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Nighthawks are an extra point away from making this a 3-score game. Now the try here for the point after. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. They are most likely staring at a cold end to their season here in this wild card round. Nothing has gone right so far, and they are, to be frank, in desperation mode now as they begin with a 1st and 10. And that's going to be incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
13 yards on the play. And an Oakland 1st down.
Again, he'll drop to throw. They'll set up the screen to Vaughn. Down the sideline he goes. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10, mark him down at the 9. 47 yards rushing for him now. He's only carried the ball 4 times.
Let's go now.
Here's a quick throw caught out wide. The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal.
70.
A pickup of 2 brings up 2nd and goal at the 7-yard line.
Off play action. Hobbs. And it's caught. Touchdown. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Steamers have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Well, they needed 3 scores to have any chance. There's the first of the 3 as they get into the end zone.
Yeah, Brandon, I think that our guys at Next Gen Stats in charge of the win probability are probably saying your chances still aren't great. But now, you still got more than 3 minutes to go. You got to focus on the task at hand, which is going to be getting the football back as quickly as possible.
Steamers 24.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Out comes Anchorage to take over offensively. And they are looking good. A 2-score lead here in this 4th quarter as they hope to capture a spot in the divisional round next weekend.
Ready? 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. Takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
On the ready.
This is 2nd and 8.
Ready. 6. Ready.
Operating from the gun, Carrington. He finds his man, complete. That's Chavez. So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard.
Ready. Back up.
Now a handoff up the middle. Boston. And he will have 1st down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. Now here's a timeout coming on the defensive side of the ball. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter.
Hey. Let's go.
They run the counter. Bowman. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47. And this defense here going to burn their second timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning.
Cowboy 80.
Now a give, right side. Boston. And he'll be brought down right on the 50. A gain of 3. And now here comes the third of their timeouts defensively. So they'll be left with only the 2-minute warning to stop it from here on out. On third down, Boston. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Fourth down now after a loss of 2.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So they bring out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And a fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 18-yard line. The situation for him offensively as follows. Down by 10. A minute 54 on the clock. Throwing to start the drive. Hobbs. And he'll lose yardage on this one back to the 13. It looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
If this offense can't get it done, they'll think back to just a few plays and say to themselves, this was a winnable game, and we let it get away. Still a chance to save it, but time's definitely running out.
From the gun on third down, Hobbs. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. Well, looks like they'll move things around here.
First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Now a play fake here on first down. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in. They'll try again here. Second and 10. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line.
First and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
Out comes Anchorage to take over offensively. And with the defense out in timeouts, powerless to stop the clock, this should just be a couple of kneel downs.
Stephanie! Liking 18! Go!
Victory very much in sight now as they'll take a knee. And that knee will do it. Can't stop the clock defensively, so they protected their home field, got the victory in the wild card round.
And rewarded their home crowd. They came out in force for this one, really supported them throughout the year, and boy, they were something special in this one. And maybe it's their last home game, and if so, they sent them out with a great visual, didn't they?
Well, one win down, still 3 to go to get to the most hallowed ground in sports, but a good start.
A terrific start because they get to move on. Unfortunately for the team that lost, it's a long offseason ahead for them now.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody.